Welcome to Fourth and Forever, the flagship show of Roundtable Sports Network. Join hosts Dan, Richie, and TD as they break down the latest news and storylines across the NFL, featuring game predictions, breakdowns, heated debates, live Patreon callers, and everything in between. Catch Fourth and Forever every weekday at 1 p.m. Eastern on the Roundtable Sports YouTube channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Fourth and Forever, your go-to NFL news show, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. EST. A happy Victory Monday for my good friends in Bills Mafia. And TD, like I was telling you, man, right before we went live, while the Bills beat the Chiefs last night, I celebrated a bit too hard, and I spilled sparkling water all over my keyboard. So my computer did not live to see this morning. So I'm fresh back from Best Buy. I have a brand new computer, $2,000 later. I don't know how to feel, but all in all, I'm glad to see you, my friend. How you doing?
I'm doing great. You should feel great, Dan. And let me give you some words of encouragement, man. I am blessed to be here looking at you. So that's why you should feel great. Okay. We're both here. So we should feel great no matter what the circumstance is. Because everything will be fine at the end of the day. But I'm glad you got a new computer. But I'm more excited at the fact that we're back on Fourth and Forever. A lot of things are happening around the league. The games this week told us a lot about these teams and the trade deadline coming up. We're about to get into it. Let's go.
And the trade deadline, indeed. We did kind of want to start off the show with something that resonates pretty deeply with TD Finn's talk. But first off, we need to go on ahead and give a giant shout out to our good friends over at Sleeper. Folks, Sleeper, bar none, is the #1 player prop platform on the market today. The process is very simple. Just pick anywhere between 2 to 5 players, accurately predict if they are going to go above and or below their projected stat line, and you could be a winner of up to 1,000x your initial play. Signing up, you get $20. All right, folks, just for signing up. We do have some Monday Night Football action this evening. Go on ahead and take advantage of the promo of a lifetime. Shout out to Sleeper for being a proud partner of this show. I am not lying, though, ladies and gents. We had the first domino to fall of some that might say Jaylen Phillips is now no longer a Miami Dolphin. He was sent over to the Philadelphia Eagles for a third-round pick. TD, initial thoughts on this? Go off.
This is good for both teams. First of all, the Eagles get a playmaker, a guy who can get at the quarterback. He does have some issues with finishing a play, though. I'm talking about he gets there, has full body wrapped around a quarterback, because somehow doesn't finish sometimes, which is crazy. But that's just, a little piece of the back end of being aggressive. The front end is superior. He gets there. He has a motor. He fights. He's a great addition for the Philadelphia Eagles and what they're trying to do. Now they're going to move him outside, move their guy outside, inside, which he's better at. And I think that the Eagles just upgraded. Fangio knows what he's getting because Fangio coached him here in Miami 2 years ago. So he knew exactly what he wanted to go after and what he could use on that defense. And this is a huge plus for the Philadelphia Eagles. And moves like this, low-key, is why they continue to potentially push up to be the favorite, because this wasn't the only move. They made moves all week, and teams that go after it and go for it and know that they have a real shot, they make moves, and that's what the Eagles keep doing. Jaylen Phillips is going to be an excellent addition. For the Miami Dolphins side of things, Dan, we're looking at a third-round pick. I've been on record saying that we'll probably get a fourth, but Miami agreed to pretty much pay 95% of the remainder salary.
Okay.
And so they're paying them for the rest of the year, but they got a third-round pick. So I knew that the value was around 4, but since they're paying him for the rest of the year, the Eagles were able to give a fourth. So you know how we keep saying, oh, this team doesn't have money, that team doesn't have money.
Yeah.
You get the right draft pick, it's player plus money.
For sure.
That comes into play. So that's what happened with Miami. We got a third-round pick giving us 2 next year. That's a nice, solid piece. And I believe Jaylen Phillips is worth more than that, but based off of the value of the market coming off of 2 fresh injuries, you got a really good deal for him. Okay. Now he's going to go to Philly, ball out, and we're going to be like, why do we trade him? Because we'll be wasting 2 of his prime years over the next 2 seasons. So that's what I have for you. Good trade on both sides. And here we go.
So you were of the camp that a 3rd-round pick was fair. I did see some Dolphins fan sort of trolling Omar earlier today, where he quote tweeted something where Omar said, a 3rd-round pick for a guy still on a rookie contract, keep dreaming. You just mentioned that you thought a 4th would have got it done. A 3rd to you is fair, like based off of this production?
Yeah, well, let me tell you, like, Jaylen Phillips is a 2nd-round value. But giving the injury, like in a trade, because you don't want to pay him, right? Like if he just had a fresh deal and already paid for, you could even argue better than that. But I said a 4th because that's exactly what he is given the current circumstance. The reason Miami got the 3rd was because they agreed to pay majority of the salary. No brainer. Here's a push-up on a draft pick. Now the Eagles get a premier player without spending any $500,000 versus the cap, Dan. The Eagles just got Jaylen Phillips for $500,000 against the cap for a 3rd-round pick. Steal for the Eagles. Good move for the Dolphins because it was necessary to set the next general manager up with assets. And this is just one of many dominoes that'll probably fall in Miami.
Dude, we have so many topics that we need to discuss about the Miami Dolphins. I would like, of course, to save some for the AFC East Roundtable. I still haven't had a conversation with you since Chris Greer finally ended up getting fired. I know that you're ecstatic.
We don't forgot about that already.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so much has happened since we stopped having a trio on Fridays for 4th and Forever. But guys, listen, this trade deadline is heating up. Tomorrow, myself, TD, and Richie will be on Bleacher Report. I want to say from 10 a.m. EST all the way until noon, unpacking everything that we should be anticipating. So far, it has not disappointed. Say that you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan. You are indeed very pleased based off of the moves that have been made just far. Howie Roseman continues to show that man is aggressive. Tony is saying, Dan, why is your Christmas tree up? BTA to Bob. You know why, man? Because I am a man of holiday spirit. All right. I went on ahead. I took care of it. I'm a busy guy. When else would I do it? Yeah, man. My living room's decked out, TD.
I already got 3 trees up. The wife starts before Halloween.
Dude, look at that, my friends. You know what? Listen, we are going to enjoy our holiday Yuletide caroling right in the damn living room. But anyway, some great games yesterday, of course, barring the Buffalo Bills Kansas City Chiefs game, which unfortunately, folks, I'm going to be saving for this evening's edition on the AFC East Roundtable. I have quite a bit to say. But I did kind of want to go into a couple of games. Thoughts on the first one that I feel like is most exciting to discuss, and that just so happens to be the return of JJ McCarthy. All right. This young man ended up coming back. And TD, I got to tell you, this guy to me is very much of a roller coaster. Started off the game hot, right? Goes out there, 2 touchdowns in the first half, and then afterwards really started to struggle. But this defense ultimately ends up showing up. It's exposing holes within the Detroit Lions. Biggest takeaway from the Lions, man, they need to figure out some protection schemes for Jared Goff. A continued trend has been, it is either that this Detroit Lions team is marching downfield effortlessly, getting to 30 points, or Jared Goff is on his ass 10 plus times. Who were to know that Frank Ragnow retiring this previous offseason would have really destroyed this overall protection scheme already? I'm not sounding the alarm bells for Detroit just yet, because I don't think they're going to be going up against pass rushes, defenses, as aggressive of a defense as a Minnesota Vikings each and every single week. But I feel like the Vikings did expose, for now the second time in a row, this Detroit Lions overall offense. But thoughts of the Minnesota Vikings, thoughts on the Detroit Lions? What were your biggest takeaways from this game?
Very interesting, Dan, because we talked about this on Thursday extensively. Even me and Richie had some, passionate back and forths about, would Minnesota regret moving on from Sam Darnold? Now, albeit Sam Darnold's playing well right now, but J.J. McCarthy came out and had himself a nice game. Now, there was some struggles in the second half, but I credit that to the fact that the Lions were getting beat up and said, we need to get our act together, and they came out with some more fire on the defensive side of the football. But here's what I will say. The kids headed in the right direction. It definitely was too early to just be sitting there saying, oh, yeah, I've seen enough from JJ. He doesn't look good. It's unfair because how many games have JJ McCarthy played in the NFL?
3 now.
And we're treating him like this is his 3rd season with looking at 2 games or whatever it may have been. So I like what I saw. He didn't have to do as much. It's not like he threw for a ton, but he did make some opportune passes. But again, here's what stands out to me with young quarterbacks, what I saw in Drake May last year. When you show improvisational skills, extend plays, and make a play later because you got flushed out of the pocket and you throw it on the run and you're also running the football, you're showing an intangible that can help you survive while you develop. And that's what I see in J.J. McCarthy. He went out there. He didn't hurt his team too much to lose the game. He made some plays, 3 touchdowns, by the way. So not forget that, okay? And listen, just like I did with Sam, I'll be honest. This game to me was led by the defense. This was again like I say, whenever Sam Darnold, when he was with Minnesota, the defense won too many of those games, and the defense did their thing yesterday. Brian Flores did a number on the Lions, but I have to give JJ credit. You know why, Dan?
Why is that?
It was the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
It was the Lions, though, a true competitive game of a contender. And that was my knock on Sam last year. He didn't have many of those, maybe one of those type of games against a competitor, and he was absolutely horrific against non-competitors. So good job, Minnesota. You got to win despite the quarterback woes. And if that keeps getting better, that whole division is open, Dan. The whole division is wide open with that win by Minnesota.
It is.
It's interesting times over there, man. You see the Bears, Vikings, Green Bay allowing everybody to stay in, Lions. That actually is exciting for the NFC North this week, the show. I'm going to have to tune into it this week because that just closed the gap on all 4 teams right in the same bunch.
And so it really did, man. I have not seen any team in that division play with any sort of consistency. I suppose I could have given it to Green Bay, maybe if you wanted to ignore the tie that they had with Dallas earlier this season.
Yeah, they just blew that.
But they just blew that, losing to the Carolina Panthers, which I think is probably a pretty good segue into the next game.
Real quick, though, Dan.
Go ahead.
I agree with you when you say, they're all kind of up and down.
Mm-hmm.
But which one has actually had a legitimate excuse? Minnesota.
Yeah, you're right.
Quarterback injury and stuff like that. That's the only one that's had an excuse. So that's even a bigger up for them to even still be in the mix. So we'll see. This is going to be a competitive back end of the stretch for that division.
So I'm still leaning toward the Detroit Lions. And many people were calling me crazy at the beginning of the season where I called that the Green Bay Packers were going to finish dead last in the NFC North. That is still not out of the equation, ladies and gentlemen. And if they even look anywhat similar to what they did yesterday when they ended up losing to the Carolina Panthers, as you can see, man, 16-13. Certainly wasn't a Bryce Young game by any stretch of the imagination. Rico Dowdle, though, after the Panthers made the tough decision of benching their captain, Chuba Hubbard, and giving the predominant of the snaps to Rico, this offense completely turned around. The Carolina Panthers defense bounced back from a heartbreaking loss the week before. Now, I kind of wanted to do this because I am afraid that if we go on this tangent, just crapping on Green Bay, that we're taking it away from the Carolina Panthers. I think the Carolina Panthers are a good football team. I really do. I mean, Bryce Young's kind of hit or miss for me. Like, he's certainly having his issues. However, love the young defense. I think they are well coached. And I think that this was a gritty, well-deserved win in hostile territory over in Green Bay. It's not an easy place to win over there. But you have Jordan Love, all right, who did not have a good game whatsoever. Maybe we could say that he orchestrated a game-tying drive. Congratulations. But now that Tucker Kraft is seemingly gone with a knee injury, I'm not sure how much more confidence I have in this Green Bay team. In fact, I'm looking at their schedule, and I'm almost thinking I could see this go downhill real fast. Thoughts on this game, the Carolina Panthers and the Green Bay Packers?
It could go downhill real fast. I don't think it will, but it could, Dan. You could be spot on. Impressive by the Carolina Panthers to go in Green Bay and get that W. But let's not kid ourselves. Carolina may be, looking a little more and more serious, but they got to do better than putting up 16 points. Mm-hmm. That defense just did their thing against Green Bay. And that's what the shocker really is. It's not that Carolina's offense did anything special when they only had 16 points. Holding Green Bay to 13 was the win of the day. That was everything to pay attention to, that Carolina's defense could be hitting a point where they're in, auto drive. Maybe they've arrived, for their team to really become competitive and make a playoff run late. This is where it has to happen. Defenses have to hit form right now to show that, hey, we're going to go on a little run here. We're going to hold it down with the defense. Remember, we're about to enter run the ball season. All this weather conditions and stuff like that. So time will tell. This will be very interesting, but I like Carolina with this win, but I'm still going to pump the brakes. You got to put up more than 16.
Have to put up more than 16. I feel
the flip. Green Bay. Good job holding them to 16, but you got to put up more than 13. It's the same thing. Both teams had a bad offensive day to me, not productive.
And so now that Tucker Kraft left with a knee injury, I'm double checking and seeing if there was anything that came out. We have Packers tight end Tucker Kraft suffered a torn ACL versus the Carolina Panthers. That was indeed the best player on their offense. He was certainly had the most chemistry with Jordan Love. I'm very interested to see if they're buyers at the trade deadline for maybe another weapon out of that game, perhaps even a tight end. Mark Andrews makes sense, perhaps, from the Baltimore Ravens. They already sent off Jair Alexander to Philadelphia earlier today. So who knows what Green Bay is planning on doing, but a tough loss for the Packers. Can they end up getting right when it matters most? Man, you know what? I wish Richie was here because, man, he wanted to talk about this one. All right. It is, oh my God, the Seattle Seahawks, man, put an absolute rope on the Washington Commanders. Now, Jaden Daniels suffered a very gruesome injury last night. That was top 3, worst replays I think I have seen watching football in quite some time. Nothing but prayers for the young man and that organization. And you know what? I hate to say it, but why does Jaden Daniels feel eerily similar to me than the RG3 situation that happened with him during his rookie season, where he went out, looked promising, and then his career was just plagued with injuries, and he was, quite frankly, never the same. I'm hoping that is not the case. While you end up giving me your take on this one, I'm going to be looking up any other updates on what happened with that injury. But shifting over to the Seattle Seahawks, 6-2, Sam Darnold, 21 for 24, 330 yards, 4 touchdowns, and an interception. Now, I know last week you were pretty adamant about it, that no, he shouldn't be in the MVP conversation. I think that he damn well should be in the MVP conversation as of last night. He was a man on fire. And this, of course, was the Seattle Seahawks walking away from their top 2 weapons in 2024 within Tyler Lockett and then also DK Metcalf. So shout out to Sam. Great win. I hope Washington can figure it out. I hope Jaden Daniels is okay, but go off on this one. What do you got?
First of all, let me address the Sam Darnold piece here. Sam Darnold's been playing good football, okay, for the Seattle Seahawks, just like he did for the Minnesota Vikings. He played really good football, okay? He found his guys. He improvised, made plays off script, and that's what has shocked me the most about Sam Darnold, okay? But again, from an MVP standpoint, I kind of look at the MVP race, always putting maybe like 5 guys in it. I will say Sam probably just entered it, but somewhere around probably 5 in the conversation. Sam will be judged off of his weakness, and that's playing against good teams when it matters most. Can you show up now? There are stages to being great. There are stages to proving yourself. Right now, he is proven to play really good football for 2 organizations now after having a horrible start to his career, and that is a great sign that he's on his way to hopefully being the next Baker Mayfield. That's how I kind of vision it. I think those are few in between. But when it matters most, in the biggest game, what will happen? I'm not as impressed as everybody else about him going off on the Washington Commanders. The Washington Commanders have played 9 games now, and 7 of those games, they have allowed more than 25 points. 7 of them. And out of those 7, I believe there are 5 of them over 30 points allowed. This is what the Commanders' defense has done this season. They are a poor defense. Now, Sam was cooking, very efficient. Then the pick came in the second half, and that's the Sam I'm used to. Again, when it matters most, what will you do? Okay? So to John in the comment section saying TD moving the goalposts on Darnold, it's been the same goalpost. I acknowledge that he played great for Minnesota, but in the big game when it mattered most, he folded and not just didn't play well, he played horrific. Let's see in December with the division on the line, in January, in the playoffs, what will you get from him? That's all that matters. If he balls out then, I'm going to praise him. He's turned the corner. If he doesn't, this is what I assumed Sam was.
So I'll tell you what, and so I do hate that narrative where like he doesn't end up showing up when it matters most, but it's true. It's true, right? And that is a narrative that will always be attached to a bunch of different topics, not only in the NFL, but in the world, right? From what I'm seeing from Sam, I am seeing somebody that has already proven a narrative wrong, that he can go to a new organization and still look like a competent quarterback, and a damn good quarterback at that. Because he had that Kevin O'Connell narrative being like, oh, of course he balled out in Minnesota. Look at the head coach. He is a quarterback whisperer. He goes over to Minnesota. He goes over to Seattle with a defensive-minded head coach. And while he's been doing a fantastic job, he's no Kevin O'Connell. We still need to wait and to see. I think it's pretty clear that Seattle is running away with this NFC West right now. Like, watch out for San Francisco, right? Like, they are still winning even with all of their injuries, even with Mac Jones as their QB. But unfortunately, that's what it's going to have to take. He's going to have a stellar playoff performance. And I'm not even saying NFC Championship. I'm just saying a wild card weekend. Like, just go out there and just have a dominant performance during the wild card weekend. And then I think a lot of people will ultimately end up accepting the fact that he is this year's or this version of Baker Mayfield. As far as
that's the goal, but people want to make him like, oh, after yesterday's performance, he's the top quarterback. Tua has had better performances than that. That should tell you all you need to know. Ryan Tannehill has had, I mean, we've seen this, Dan, right?
Yeah.
Guys have either a resurgence or they look phenomenal in a new system. People having game plan for them and that and all that. It's about longevity and consistency. He is headed in the right direction, though. Can he sustain, or will he do the same thing he did last year? He ain't doing nothing better this year than he did last year.
Yeah. And
he's still being good, but when it matters most.
Yeah. So it's fair, too, because I feel like a lot of us didn't really hop on the Baker Mayfield train until after a considerable amount of time into his second year at Tampa Bay. Because his first year in Tampa Bay, we were like, okay, good. Like, I mean, we've seen this Baker before where he's up and down year in after year out, but it was only after Baker's second year in Tampa Bay where people finally started buying it.
I agree.
Being like, okay, like you proved us wrong, Baker. Like you're now in the conversation for being a regular MVP type candidate. So Sam, I mean, you still have half of a football season to go and you have the playoffs more than likely. completely shut all of those narratives down and let's see what you can do. While there hasn't been any update on Jaden Daniels, I have ultimately ended up seeing a take from a very popular doctor on X. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here for you. Jaden Daniels, left elbow / forearm, looked like a fracture / dislocation. The elbow bends the wrong way. You can see them putting on an air cast. This is season ending, barring something miraculous. And this is from a very notable physical therapist, I believe, on X, who thinks that it's all done for the Washington Commanders. You hate to see it. That, and they also ended up saying goodbye to Marshawn Lattimore last night as well. He tore his ACL. So the Commanders, man, talk about a disappointing season, like having great momentum within that first year of Dan Quinn and Jaden, and the season has completely fallen apart. And you hate to see it.
Yeah, this is a tough break for him. But you know what? This team, they're struggling this year. I mean, now they're 3-6. Even if he didn't get hurt in that game, I believe they still would lose regardless. And they're 3-6, and that's the point of the matter, you know. And right now, whether he's going to be able to make it back or not, I don't think this team is going to make the playoffs this year. They're too far in the hole. There's a lot of teams that are far in the hole right now. And you know what? A lot of the playoff, it's like you already know which teams are going to make it. There are very few teams on the fringe. And the Commanders, let me ask you, how do you feel about Jaden Daniels' year 2 performance so far, though?
I mean, it's been pretty tough. Like, he's played, like 2 games?
Yeah, like
3 games, maybe.
He's how many games did he play early on?
2, I think. He was out for a considerable amount of time with some other injury. This is his 3rd injury so far this season, and it's only been halfway through.
But he has 5 games. I mean, 6 games, actually.
Yeah, like based off of sample size, say that he were to be healthy, he was probably the number 1 candidate for a sophomore slump for me. So like he was the one.
His production is down quite a bit. He's less than 200 yards a game. Now, he still does have an excellent touchdown to interception ratio, 8-2. Before last night, it was 8 touchdowns, 1 interception. And now it's 8 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So he was still protecting the football, but the explosiveness didn't seem like it was there. He was on pace to throw for less than 2,500 yards, having missed some games. Yeah, and I guess we can't determine a sophomore slump or not. We just probably have to wait to see how he plays next year on his return. But the Commanders, they got some work to do. I don't like what they were doing on the defensive side of the football before the season started. They made some moves on offense, but I don't think they got too much better on the defensive side. If anything, some might even argue they've regressed. So, yeah, Commanders, dial it in regardless. You got 2 key players going out at this critical part of the year. Now, can they win some games in the interim? You know, do they think that they could bring another quarterback in? I don't know who their backup is, but can they bring someone in, or do they have a guy right now who can win games in his absence? I don't know.
So it really depends on where Dan Quinn wants to take this organization. He's in year 2. It's not like his job is going to be on the line here. Like, his team has dealt with quite a few injuries.
Tough schedule coming up too.
I mean, maybe in a weird world, right? Like, what would be funny in full circle would be that so they just send a trade over for Kirk O'Chains and for Kirk Cousins for the last part of the year and just have them go absolutely nuclear on Washington beforehand. But I just think it's going to be the Marcus Mariota show for the rest of the season. And then maybe they're sellers too. Like, who knows? Maybe they're sellers at the deadline and they just focus on building up that defense in the draft next year. And so I think it's all but over for Washington, man. I just feel terrible for my boy, Rio. Dude, Rio is so optimistic for year 2 of Jaden Daniels and this Dan Quinn team, and injuries just decided to take it away. I did want to talk about a San Francisco 49ers topic. Okay. Now, we did see the San Francisco 49ers beat the Giants 34-24. You had Mac Jones go for 19-24, 235 yards, and 2 touchdowns in that victory. Leading up into the game, there were rumors out there that, quote unquote, Brock Purdy could play a role but Mac Jones was starting. Kyle Shanahan ultimately ended up saying after the game that Brock Purdy was going to be managing his turf toe all season. Here's my question to you. Was Brock Purdy quietly benched based off of how Mac Jones has been playing with this offense? Because right now I'm scrolling through X, man, and I see a lot of 49ers fans right now saying Mac Jones at $5 million a year is greater than Brock Purdy at $53 million per year. Like, they are comparing statistics, efficiency metrics. Should Kyle Shanahan give the reins back to Brock Purdy this year if Mac Jones continues to do what he has been doing? Talk to me.
Man, oh man, Dan.
So me and you were on that same page. We were like, do not pay Brock Purdy. We said, do not pay that man. All right. And anybody could operate the San Francisco 49ers offense. Anybody could. But here we are. Go ahead.
Dan the Man Mitchell. That's a great question. Isn't that a shame though?
Yeah.
It's such
the same
shame.
Story. It's the same story with San Francisco 49ers quarterbacks.
Not just them. I mean, this happens a lot.
All the time.
Yeah, but
for as long as I have been alive, like, this has been the San Francisco 49ers. Like, when was the last time they had like a true guy, like a franchise quarterback that was not letting his job up? Like Montana? Like, was that the last one that genuinely was your guy? All right, no matter what.
So this report said that Purdy could play a role this weekend or
last week.
The
last
Giants
game against the Giants. They said Mac Jones was getting the start, but Brock Purdy could play a role.
So did Brock Purdy play any role? Did he get any? So listen. You go out and you beat the Giants with almost 80% completion, 235, 2 touchdowns, no picks, a 135.2 rating. You had yourself a day and you did your job. You did it well. Not only that, you went on the road to do it where teams need to pick up the pace and get going. And to be quite honest with you, that is very telling to sit there and tell us that he could have a role. If he can have a role, then he can get his starting job.
Mm-hmm.
And you didn't give it to him. You are riding the hot hand because if he could have had a role, I expect at a minimum for you to come out and say Purdy is now the starter.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're stringing this along, see, they're waiting for Mac to fall on his face. But it might not happen.
Yep.
Because I think what's happening right now is Mac, although not perfect, is playing well enough for that team to win games. And he's playing better and better. And as time goes, then, if he ain't losing that job, they're not just going to stop that rhythm going.
No.
Right now, they're proving that position under him is interchangeable. You know, 4 out of every 5 guys in the position he bring in makes it work.
I know.
So with that being said, I think right now they're just riding the Purdy wave of injury. And at any point, if Mac falls on his face, then it's easy to say, all right, Purdy's ready now. And even if Purdy struggle, well, fresh off of injury.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel like they're building something in here. But congratulations, Mac Jones. Keep showing yourself. And you know what, Dan? Was Mac Jones done fairly?
No, not at all.
I mean, the guy went to a Pro Bowl early, played great early.
It's a Pro Bowl, though. We don't take Pro Bowl.
But let's not forget that season. He was really good that season.
Yeah. No. Like, so here's my take. And this is probably going to upset some Patriots fans, but I genuinely believe that if Mac Jones was still the quarterback for the New England Patriots right now, I think that we would be having similar production to what Drake May is putting out right now. I genuinely believe that. I feel like Mac Jones was done dirty. So was done dirty and was in a piss poor situation with Bill Belichick, who was already checked out year 1, going into year 2 with Gerard Mayo, right? Well, no, like 2 years, of course, with Bill Belichick. I can guarantee you that, yeah, Oh, yeah, dude. He definitely was. He was also the best quarterback in Jacksonville last year, like by a country mile. But I'm glad he's finally getting an opportunity.
First of all, you're wrong. Maybe you're right, but I'm going to say you're wrong about if he was on the Patriots now, they would be doing the exact same thing.
Yes.
Dan, I can see you become a Patriot in a see, now you making me have a brain fart on his name. The Patriots QB.
On Drake May. Come on,
Drake
man.
May. Yeah, you're becoming
man. He's your favorite player. He's your favorite player.
Stop it. You're becoming a big hater of him, though.
No, not at all, man. I'm just saying.
He's better than Josh Allen now.
I think.
But but it's his improvisational skills. Drake May is a better improviser and a runner than Mac Jones will ever be. They will not be doing the same thing because that's what's making a big part of the difference in New England is his mobility and ability to improvise and make something happen out of nothing. No, Mac Jones didn't have that. Mac Jones was just in the pocket trying to deliver the football. Drake May brings a whole nother element. It would not be the same, Dan.
Oh, we'll see.
How dare you talk about the best quarterback in the division like that?
No. First off,
tonight.
We showed you who the best quarterback in the NFL was last night.
Oh, stop it.
In the NFL was last night, brother.
No, you're joking.
That's what it was, man. That was a damn performance from Josh Allen.
Stop. Man,
damn.
No, oh, my
damn,
God.
dude, listen, man. I'm riding high right now. Look, I know that there's a world where we can get our asses kicked by the Chiefs in the playoffs. And that's even if the Chiefs make the playoffs this year, by the way. All right? Because it's not looking too good for them this year. It's not looking too good for the boys over in Kansas City right now.
But not to make the playoffs, though?
I don't know, dude. I mean, we'll see what's going on. We'll see what's going on. Listen, guys, we need to give a giant shout out to our good friends over at Rotowire. Folks, Rotowire is the #1 player prop research tool on the market today. If you want to be able to take your player props to the next level and really put some educated research into who you are including in your parlays, have to go check out Rotowire. They give you the locks for overs and unders on the Sleeper platform, which we use over here on Roundtable Sports each and every single week. I actually picked a couple of their plays this weekend, and I won big. So say, for example, that you were trying to add something to your toolbox for all of your parlay games for the remainder of the season. Have to go check out Rotowire. Link is in description and use code RTS for 15% off. Shout out to Rotowire, man. JT's in the building. What up, man? How's life?
What's up, Jens? How we doing today?
Hey, man, we're doing great. How about yourself?
Man, I got to celebrate that victory for 2 weeks straight, so I'm hyped. And I was in Cincy for that too, by the way. I was at Paycor Stadium for that.
Beautiful.
What a game. You're gonna say Bengals fans are fantastic people. They're just very nice. But my point for today is about the quarterback contracts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, because you bring up a very good point with Purdy and Jones, and I think it should be a QB battle. I don't know, because Purdy hasn't wowed me. He's done enough, but he hasn't wowed me. You know what I mean? So, like, this kind of a thing brings up, like, quarterback contracts into perspective, because all these big contracts are given out to quarterbacks way too early, in my opinion. And now we've seen two fall flat, not two fall flat in their face, but one fall flat in their face and one possibly about to fall flat in their face with Tua and Brock Purdy recently. Do you think we see a shift in quarterback contracts maybe not being as lucrative as they are now? Like, maybe just dropping off a little bit due to something like this?
It's a great question. JT, we appreciate you coming in. And so I like the idea. And if ownerships and GMs were smart, absolutely. But no. And so I think that all of these quarterback contracts moving forward are going to beat the previous. It's just how it is. Maybe you could see some front offices starting to allow it to be a bit more team friendly for various other positions, like, say, wide receiver, running back, what have you. But as far as QBs, man, no, I just don't think that's going to be the case. As the cap continues to grow, I think that quarterbacks are going to continue to be overpaid each and every single year. And not saying that I disagree with it. I'm just telling you that I don't see it changing.
Well, I think we are going to see a change. They will continue to be overpaid, but at a slower rate now. I think that's what's coming. And don't forget, we got more good QBs in the league now than we ever have had. I think you can get to about 12 and everybody will feel great about having a chance to win a Super Bowl. It used to be 5 to 6 guys in the whole league that are those guys, and a whole bunch of guys in pursuit to be one of those guys. But I think you got about 12 quarterbacks in the league where anybody would feel good about taking a journey and building around to win a Super Bowl. Whether you do or not is depending on how you build a team around them. So I think it's going to slow down. I think there's a full wave of them now that was such bad contracts that the owners are going to be a little bit more cautious, because what elite quarterback is coming due?
Yeah.
There isn't any really. There isn't any elite quarterbacks really coming due. And what that'll do, that'll give the owners 2 to 3 years to suppress the market for those young guys. Mark my words, the next young guy like a Bo Nix or, whoever's the next guys in line to get deals, you're going to see them actually sign like $50 to $55 million deals instead of picking up from the 60 to go to 65. You're going to see a whole bunch of guys sign like $55 million deals, which is still overpaid. But I'm not sure that it's going to escalate as fast anymore.
And so I just have a feeling that CJ Stroud is going to be the highest paid quarterback next offseason.
Yeah, that would be such a shock, because I feel like he is well.
And not that he deserves it.
Yeah.
And not that he deserves it, but mark my words, we will have a segment on this show.
Somebody got to stand up. Some owner has to stand up.
But here's the thing. You would need all owners to collectively stand together to put an end to it.
I think
there is always going to be a team that is so desperate for a quarterback that they're going to overpay and screw the market.
I think it's coming, though. I think it's coming. Because everybody on their way up, I think it's coming. I don't see a quarterback now that you give more than $55 million to.
Yeah.
Period. And if you do, it's going to be bad for the league. It's just going to keep going. Crazy work.
It is going to be rough indeed, man. Making a transition, another adjacent topic based off of the matchup tonight. The Arizona Cardinals are taking on the Dallas Cowboys. But again, right? Kyler Murray, while being technically healthy to play this evening, Jacoby Brissett is playing. And the Cardinals said that Kyler Murray may play a role, quote unquote, the second team in the NFC West that said this, that Kyler Murray may play a role, meaning that the Cardinals are all but done on Kyler Murray, right? Maybe he's a trade candidate tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe Kyler Murray's the Washington Commanders QB for the rest of the season. Who knows? But it's all but clear that the Arizona Cardinals and the Kyler Murray experiment is a complete and utter failure. Thoughts on this, TD?
I just want to talk about Kyler Murray real quick, if you don't mind.
Go ahead.
What have I been saying, Dan?
And that he's a bum?
I mean, the good enough not to be good enough guys.
Yeah.
Haven't I been adamant that for sure, without a shadow of a doubt, I believe Trevor Lawrence, Tua Tagovailoa, and Kyler Murray are the epitome of good enough not to be good enough.
Mm-hmm.
And what are all three of them doing? Just playing
being good enough not to be good enough.
Yeah, like nothing over the top, nothing crazy. Yeah, the team can have success, but you'll never have carryability, which is why your team never gets over the hump. Whatever hump that is that your team is set up for. This is what I'm saying, man. I predicted this last offseason, Dan. I said 2026, you're going to see a quarterback carousel. Tua getting moved, Trevor getting moved, Kyler getting moved. The only thing that sucks about it is they're going to be moved for each other, in my opinion, because the only way the money works. And it's the worst, man. I could imagine next year Breaking news, the Dolphins trade Tua for Kyler. Oh, my God. Breaking
Kyler
news.
Murray in Miami,
Trevor.
baby.
More of the same, and I'm telling you, that's what's happening. Kyler Murray, if you can play a role, you should be able to start. And they're probably over him. I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough sledding over there. I'm kind of curious to see if Gannon ends up keeping his job going into the offseason. But damn, dude. Damn. Speaking of the Cowboys, right now they sit at 3-4-1. I think it's all but clear that the Washington Commanders are all but done. I wouldn't put them as big playoff contenders here, barring a Mariota miracle. But based off of what you've seen from the Dallas Cowboys, of course, Dak Prescott has been playing some pretty good ball. Their defense is kind of sketchy. Like maybe the Cowboys are buyers at the trade deadline for an edge rusher, some additional help here and there. Are the Cowboys, do they have a chance of becoming a playoff team in your eyes?
My answer is going to be no, because they won't win enough games. Right now, they have 2 games that are must-wins that can put them in that conversation. They have the Arizona Cardinals, which they better win tonight, and then they'll have the Raiders next Monday night. Wait, they have back-to-back Monday night games?
They do.
Oh, no, they have a bye and then a Monday night. So, yeah. They have back-to-back. So those 2 games right there, Dan, could put them 5-4-1, which is 5.5, 4.5.
Mm-hmm.
That's important for them. They got to win those 2 games, because this is where it gets ugly. You got to pay the Eagles. You got to play the Chiefs. You got to play the Lions. You got to play the Vikings defense. You got to play the Chargers, Commanders, and Giants. So two teams, if you're legitimate, you can win. But that tells me that's 7.5 wins, but you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game gauntlet to get to 10. Can you go 3-2 in those 5 games of tough teams? I don't know if they can. I'm going to rule the Cowboys just on the outside, looking in like the 9th or 10th seeding, and miss the playoffs.
And that's what it's looking like. Where the NFC East is, the Cowboys are in second place where it stands. The Washington Commanders are all but dead. Of course, the Giants are, although that I think you should be happy about Dart.
But Philly's up 2.5 games, right?
Yeah. So with Philly certainly is going to win that division. Like no questions asked. Then again, I just keep salivating over to the NFC. The top 6 seeds have 6 wins. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that, man. And then really, it's just the 7th seed, the 8th, the 9th, all have 5. So this 7th seed is going to be a battle for the remainder of the season. Gotta love NFC football, man.
But you know what? I'm gonna kick back on that, Dan. A lot of people have been saying, "Oh, the NFC is low. Look at the NFC's records; they're better than the AFC now." I disagree. The AFC has not 6 teams with 6 wins, but 5. But look at how many 5-win teams in the AFC.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, both. I keep telling you which direction the NFL is headed in. The product's getting better. Every team is having better players. There's more competitive teams at this time of year. It's crazy to me. Look at the 500 and above teams. How many are there in each conference? 500 and above.
There's 8 in the AFC. There is 10, 9 in the NFC. And so the Vikings are right at 500.
Yeah, you can count them. 10. 500 or above. Any in the AFC at 500? None,
that
right?
is 8 teams at 5, 5, 6. But there is a significant drop-off in the AFC. Once you get past this 8th seed in Kansas City, it just completely falls off of a cliff. It goes Kansas City with a 5.56 win percentage. Next team is the Houston Texans at 3.75.
But the crazy thing is, even that, the Houston Texans still have a chance with Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Catching up to them and probably trying to get in a wild card if they can pass Houston. I mean, the Chiefs. Well, I don't think the Chiefs going to fall like you do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to fall. I think they're going to still make a run. They just have a tough schedule. But the NFL is just strong in general, in my opinion, right now. The bottom is the bottom. But, man, it's a lot of competitive teams now.
So I got to show you the Chiefs' schedule. And granted, we're going to keep this for later. All right. But now the Kansas City Chiefs have a much needed bye. Then they go to Denver and play the first place Denver Broncos in Denver, followed by the first seed in the AFC, the Indianapolis Colts.
Are they still the first seed? I thought the Patriots took them over.
No. So the Colts have the tiebreaker for some odd reason, but they are still the first seed in the playoffs. Followed by the Dallas Cowboys at home. You have the Houston Texans, best defense in the NFL. Have the Chargers, who beat them already. Have the Chargers, who beat them already. Have the Titans, which should be a win. And the Broncos again. So the Kansas City Chiefs are going to have to, like, realistically, like, Kansas City can only lose 2 more games.
What's their record?
5-4.
No. They could lose 3 then. 10-7. You don't think 10-7 gets you in?
I mean, you let me know. Let's go ahead and take a look.
10 wins.
So right now where it stands, like, barring a complete collapse from Denver and LA, they're going to have to go into the wild card.
Yeah.
So I don't know, like, maybe fighting for that 7th seed, maybe. But then again, like, look at Baltimore, right? Here's my thought. It's either going to be the Baltimore Ravens or the Kansas City Chiefs that make the playoffs.
They coming there.
Yeah. It's the Ravens or the Chiefs. Pick one. It's not both. Like, that's how it's all looking in my eyes.
Have we looked at the Jags schedule?
The Jacksonville Jaguars schedule. Let's go ahead and pull this one up. I'm not high on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I mean, like, maybe they have something. Like, maybe they could put something together, but it's not. We have this. Okay, so the Jags have the Texans and the Chargers, the Cardinals, the Titans, the Colts, the Jets, the Broncos, the Colts, and the Tennessee Titans. So really outside of their division, so the 2 Colts games probably should be an issue, and the Chargers should be a problem. And so the Jags actually play the Texans relatively well, but they have some give-me's. They have the Cardinals, the Titans twice, the Jets. Sorry, Jets fans. So it's, I don't know.
Let me tell you who I'm concerned about. Because they're new on the scene. I think they're going to go through a lull. Bounce back at the end, but they're going to go through a down period.
Okay.
The Colts. They're going to have adversity. I think they're going to have a 2 to 3 game adversity.
Okay.
Thursday night football. Well, no. They're overseas this week. They actually have to travel overseas versus the Atlanta Falcons. Then Chiefs. They play the Chiefs. Then they play Houston, Jags, Seahawks, 49ers, Jags, Texans. It's not a cakewalk. I think they're going to have adversity to determine if they really can get out of it. I think that's a prime team to go through something like that at this time of year because they're new on the scene. This is new to them. Now we're starting winter football. I don't know when it'll start. It might have just started with that loss. I don't know when it's going to start, but they're going to go through something. And will it be enough to implode them all the way, or will they get enough critical wins on the back end to stay up there? I don't see them getting the number 1 seed, Dan.
Oh. And so neither do I.
Hey, we can be surprised, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it's surprising so far.
Yeah. So far, man. We shall see. It is now in the smack dab middle of the NFL season. And you brought up a really good point. What team runs the ball the best? Because it's getting to that time of the year that you better be able to run the damn ball. You better be able to run the damn ball as the winter chill gets into the conversation, ladies and gentlemen. Damn. Anyway, let's go ahead and welcome in some callers here. DF Forever's in the building. Dwayne, what up, man?
Guys, how y'all doing today?
Chilling.
Great.
TD, you're right. We don't need a wide receiver, but I'll take that safety off your hands. I had to.
You know what? That's the crazy thing, though. Yeah, Minka's available right now. You know, that's the Bills' problem. You don't move like the Eagles. If you're really trying to go get it, leave no room for error. If he's worth a fifth right now, maybe I do consider giving a fourth just because we're going to get it. That's like Buffalo, like they want to be so sound every year. Sometimes you just got to go for broke.
I got to ask you a question, though. Jordan Phillips has come on this team, has started this game, has been a mentor towards Cole Bishop, who just figuring things out. Maybe we were all wrong on Poyer as far as being that team dog. Yeah, I know you don't want to admit it.
It's a good question.
One last thing, and it's just real quick. Dan, I sent you a quick message on Discord. It's just a pic of Josh Allen's stats for this game. If anyone thought Josh Allen was dead in the hole this season, this shows everybody wrong. DF forever, out.
Absolutely. And so I will save that for the AFC East. I mean, here's the deal, right? Look, I have a lot of receipts that I plan on pulling, all right, this evening on the AFC East Roundtable. But y'all really thought the Bills were dead? Come on, baby. Come on, man. Y'all are actually
for the record, who did I pick to win that game?
You did pick the Buffalo Bills to win. I'll give you that. I'm going to go on ahead and so I will spare you for it. But I will say that, dude, come on, man. Let's not pretend that an October slump doesn't happen each and every single year. Go out and dominate. For me, I still want a wide receiver. Like with Cole Bishop was, I would say, the best player on the field on the defensive side of the ball last night. Like, dude was an absolute animal. Like, he probably broke up about 7 passes from Patrick Mahomes. It goes into pass pressure. Like, he's fine with Poyer as a good leader. He's bringing the physicality. It now looks like our secondary is communicating appropriately. Like, maybe that's what we needed, was that veteran like leadership there. Who knows? But I'm still hoping for a wide receiver tomorrow, which would be ideal. That's me.
Yeah, I'll say this, even though we'll get into it tonight, strong win by the Buffalo Bills. I felt that was coming, but I've been on record to say the Bills will have their lull where they start dropping games and becoming, above average team starting this week. They have a formidable opponent that's about to put BTA.
The Miami Dolphins.
That's right. You saw it. Let's ruin other people's future. That's what we doing now. Let's go.
The Miami Dolphins, man. We go to Josh Allen Stadium on Sunday, folks. I'm looking forward to
Josh Allen Stadium. Y'all come on down to Miami. Yes.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. We have the habitual line stepper in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up, fellas? You welcome, TD. Got you. Yeah, help you get rid of the guy you was hoping to get rid of. You know what I'm saying?
Man. Hey, Lamar did his thing, man. Lamar did his thing, and job done. Now we got a few more things to do.
Yep. Still got a few more. Should have gave a CC last year, but to each his own. Hey, there, you see why everybody love Howie now, right? You see, you called out the Riga draft, but every time he makes these miscalculations, he be on the trading block, like looking, searching. Went, messed up, took Riga over JJ, got AJ Brown. Messed up again, letting Sweat walk. Said, you know what? Let's go get that guy Jaylen Phillips over there from Miami. He's an almost guy, just like Clowney was. Almost get you, but if he gets you, he gets you.
That's what I'm talking about, man. First off, so how about them Ravens, dude?
Yeah, I'm hoping for a comeback. Just take care of Minnesota this weekend, and then we could slowly creep up on them Steelers. Because Steelers, the only way they win is by turnovers. So, if they turn you over, you might be in for a long game. But if they ain't getting no turnovers, you just kick your feet up and watch you go up and down the field against them.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. And so, Habitual Line Stepper, we appreciate you tapping in with us. Thank you so much. Parks is in the building. What's up, Parks?
What up, fellas?
What's up, man?
As far as us, man, that was supposed to be a blowout, but Drake May made some mistakes, and I'm not worried about it because Patriots fans are acting like it's the end of the world. I don't care because he had an interception and then he had a fumble, and he even said that he should have secured the ball more. So I mean, he took responsibility for it. So I think we'll clean it up next week. I heard Butte is supposed to be practicing because he went out. I think he's supposed to be practicing later this week. And I'm sorry, I just got to say this, fellas. I hate 95% of my fan base because they're talking about if Butte is out, we should go get Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers does nothing for us. If Butte was out, I would suggest that we go get Rashid Shaheed, man, because he's the deep threat. Jacoby Myers is just another possession receiver. We don't need that.
Yeah.
So I think we'll be all right. I don't care, and I said this before, and I'm going to say it again. We need the first pick in next year's draft should be on the offensive line. We need to keep protecting Drake May. I don't care about none of that. I think we're going to trade for a running back or something, or an edge defender. Christian Gonzalez, he got hurt yesterday, but he said that he could have came back in, so I'm not really worried about it. But we need an edge defender because our pressure wasn't getting there. And we probably need another running back. So I think those are the two things that we trade for. So, Dan, I'm glad y'all won. But, Dan, I will say this. Dan, I just hope it ain't a repeat. Y'all beat them in the regular season. They beat you in the playoffs.
Come on, man. You know what time it is.
I just hope it ain't a repeat, Dan.
We already know.
So, Parks. And so I'm not even sure if Kansas City makes the playoffs this year.
They going to make it. I think they'll make it. But they just kept forcing the ball to Hollywood Brown and Rashid Rice. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
It don't matter, Parks, because y'all gonna win it all, ain't you?
What, Super Bowl?
Why not?
Oh no, I don't see us winning no Super Bowl.
Who better than the Patriots in the AFC right now?
I don't see us winning no Super Bowl. I'm just gonna be, me, I'm a realist. I don't see us winning.
You don't think you can go?
I mean, things will have to fall into place, and I don't think we're going with this whole line because if we go, we're gonna be like the Bengals was in the Super Bowl, and I ain't trying to see that. I'm not trying to lose no another Super Bowl. I'm sorry, I'd rather not even go. Sorry, I'm sorry. That's just me. I'd rather not even go.
The privilege is so privileging to say I'd rather not go.
Yeah, but
than to
TD, have you ever seen the Dolphins lose the Super Bowl?
No.
So you don't know that feeling. You don't know that feeling. That's a hurting feeling, TD.
Marino. Yeah, I got it.
That's a hurting feeling, TD. I'd rather not go than see my team lose again. I'm sorry. Just wait till we
be choosers. I love to just beat it, man.
I mean, y'all done. And send us Minka A-Chain, TD.
Huh?
Send us Minka or A-Chain.
We can send both. Just send us by 4 first-round picks.
Man, you ain't getting no first round pick for no Minka. You might want man. I'm gone, fellas. I'm gone. Y'all take it easy.
Shout out Parks. Man, in the building, man. We're going to be unpacking everything AFC East and the AFC East Roundtable this evening, folks. We cannot thank you enough for tuning in to another edition of Fourth and Forever. I don't think we have a show tomorrow, right, TD? Since we're going to be on the bleacher. All right, so no show tomorrow on the bleacher. But guys, make sure you subscribe to the Bleacher Report YouTube channel because you will see yours truly, TD, Colby, and Richie unpacking everything that happens at the trade deadline. Really hoping that you guys can come hang out with us a little bit. But thank you again, guys, for tuning in. We appreciate you. TD, what do you got to say to the audience before we send them off?
Just same as usual, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. We had a great show today. A lot of people in here, over 400 on YouTube. Salute to everybody on X watching. Make sure you come over to YouTube and subscribe. Bigger and better as always. All right. We love y'all. We appreciate you all. We will see you on Wednesday, 4th and forever.
Folks, we appreciate you. Subscribe, smash that like button, and we'll see you tonight for the AFC's Roundtable.
6 p.m. Peace.